the warrior who chose harmony over force. Hello, my friends, welcome back. I hope you are having a peaceful and wonderful day. Today I want to tell you the story of a fierce young warrior who spent decades mastering the art of combat, only to discover that true strength was not about defeating others at all. Today, millions of people around the world practice his art. It teaches balance, it teaches harmony, it teaches peace through strength. Its name is Aikido. But the story of Aikido begins with one restless, searching man. His name was Morihei Ueshiba. When people hear the word Aikido, they often imagine graceful circular movements, gentle throws, and an attacker's own force being turned back against them. But Aikido is much more than a fighting technique. It is a philosophy of resolving conflict without destruction. How did a man once famous for his fierce fighting spirit come to create a martial art built on harmony and peace? Let's find out together. Before we begin, if you enjoy learning English through stories, please subscribe to Everstory English. Your support helps us create more stories for your English learning journey. Morihei Ueshiba was born in 1883 in a small coastal town in Japan. As a child, he was weak and often sick, much like his body could barely keep up with his restless mind. He watched his father face bullies and local thugs, and this left a deep impression on young Morihei. He decided that he wanted to become strong so that no one in his family would ever be threatened again. As a young man, Ueshiba threw himself into physical training. He practiced sumo wrestling, swimming, and traditional Japanese martial arts. He built his body into that of a powerful, determined fighter. He studied several styles of jujutsu, sword fighting, and spear fighting under different masters, absorbing techniques wherever he could find a worthy teacher. Ueshiba's life took a dramatic turn when he was sent to fight in a war in northern Japan. On the battlefield, he saw the true cost of violence up close. He survived, but something inside him had changed. He began to question whether raw fighting power was truly the answer to conflict. After the war, Ueshiba met a spiritual teacher who introduced him to new religious and philosophical ideas. He began to blend his years of martial training with deep spiritual reflection. He started to believe that a true martial artist should not seek to destroy an opponent, but to protect all life, including the life of the attacker. This idea would shape everything that came next. Ueshiba continued training under Master Sokaku Takeda, learning an advanced form of jujutsu that emphasized joint locks and precise control. But over time, Ueshiba transformed what he learned into something new. Instead of meeting an opponent's force directly, he taught his students to blend with an attacker's movement, redirecting their energy in a circular motion until the attack lost its power. A stronger opponent's own force could be turned into the very thing that defeated them. By the 1920s and 1930s, Ueshiba had developed a complete martial art. He called it Aikido. The name carries deep meaning. A means harmony or joining. Ki means spirit or energy. Do means the way or the path. Together, Aikido means the way of harmonious spirit. For Ueshiba, this was not just a fighting technique, but a way of living, a philosophy of resolving conflict peacefully rather than through domination. Ueshiba taught that a true Aikido master should never seek out a fight. He believed victory achieved through harming another person was no true victory at all. Instead, students learned to remain calm under pressure, to move with an attacker rather than against them, and to end a confrontation without lasting harm whenever possible. His demonstrations amazed onlookers, as he calmly redirected multiple attackers at once, seemingly without effort. As Ueshiba's reputation grew, students came from across Japan to train under him. After the Second World War, Aikido spread beyond Japan's borders. Instructors traveled overseas, opening schools in Europe, the Americas, and eventually across the entire world. Practitioners were drawn not only to the physical techniques, but to the deeper philosophy behind them. A martial art built on protection rather than aggression. Morihei Ueshiba continued teaching well into his old age, often demonstrating techniques with remarkable grace despite his small stature. He passed away in 1969, but his influence continues today. Every time a student bows to their training partner before practice, every time they choose to blend with conflict rather than meet it with force, every time they seek harmony instead of domination, his legacy lives on. So what can we learn from Morihei Ueshiba? We learn that true strength is not measured by how much damage we can cause, but by how much harm we can prevent. We learn that the most powerful response to conflict is sometimes not resistance, but skillful redirection. And we learn that a person can spend a lifetime pursuing power, only to discover that wisdom and harmony are the greater victories. Today, as we learn English together, we are practicing the same values Ueshiba taught. Learning a language like Aikido is rarely won through force. When we fight against our mistakes with frustration, progress slows. But when we learn to blend with our challenges, staying calm, adjusting our approach, and moving forward with patience, we grow stronger with far less struggle. Just as Ueshiba believed that harmony overcomes force, we can overcome the challenge of learning English with calm, steady practice. Thank you for listening to this story today. I hope you enjoyed learning about Morihei Ueshiba, and I hope this story helped you improve your English. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and join us for more timeless stories on Everstory English. Until next time, keep learning, keep listening, and keep growing with Everstory English.